teach you guys how to do collaboration with other people. Say you build a form and you want to share it with other people, so that they can help. Maybe data collection, you want to build like a collaboration kind of data collection system where you have multiple accounts or fewer accounts that you can use, and you just connect it to maybe one central account so that they can have access to that data and make use of it. So that's just the goal behind that particular exercise. But any questions so far?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Who is speaking? Introduce yourself. Uchechi. Oh, yeah. How are you? How far?
I'm fine.
You how far? Okay, yeah. You're able to fix your this thing your issue the other time, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good.
Just that
Any question?
the recording, I couldn't access it.
I posted a YouTube video, the YouTube video this morning.
Okay, of the
So you
same
can access
record.
it. Yeah, so you can access that.
Okay, thank you.
So any questions before we start? Mr. Adito, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
I missed the last this thing, and it has been a great drawback for me. Just like she said, that video, I couldn't download it to follow up on what really happened. But now, for the one you posted this morning, so I'm going to download that and use it to follow up and do it.
It's still the same thing. I just uploaded it to YouTube. I wasn't available during the weekend. I traveled, so I didn't have access to massive data for upload. But as soon as I did, I just uploaded it, which is what I posted this morning. I'm assuming you've all seen it in the announcement.
Yeah, I saw it. So just as you said now, I'm going to do the download and go through it. So that...
Yeah, I think you complained about network problems, right?
I don't really know what was wrong. I tried connecting, changed my data, changed all the network I had, but
mentioned. Okay, so any questions? I'd appreciate questions based on
no questions from my end. Just following up with the meeting. Thank you.
I cannot call your wife and discuss it. I'm having affection for this woman.
Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you from my end.
Oh, okay, so I'm trying to connect with my mic. I don't know if you can hear me. Is it clear?
It is.
Oh, good. Mr. John Emeka, how are you this morning? So I will just share my screen and just give me a moment. Okay. Where is Latifa Bashman? Good morning. I refer to Latifa as the chili.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Letifa is the chilly lady. If you hear the way she talk, you know that this one she's really chilly.
No.
Or is it the cold?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I'm here. I'm sure.
Yes. Okay, good. So today please do confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. So before I do anything, um, let me see. You guys still have access to this particular project, right? This okay. Oh no, not this. So we had some data that came in on Saturday, right? So I'm going to be connecting this particular data source to like maybe a visualization to like Power BI or maybe Microsoft Excel in case you want to do that. Now,
Can't hear you. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah, same here. Thank you.
sorry, can you hear me?
We can't know.
For
We're
some
not hearing
reason,
you.
okay. Where did you guys
That you want to connect to either Excel or
yeah,
Power.
so Excel. Yeah, so if you want to connect to Excel or Power BI, first of all, when you click on your project, any of your projects, so you get to see your project here. If you click on a project, you see summary. The first dashboard that'll be on your face is summary. So you just go to data, go to downloads, and make sure you have you export your data. That's like the first thing you do. So most often than not, you export as CSV. I don't know if there are any advanced options. Okay, no. Export as CSV and click on export. Now it's going to process this particular
What does it tell you?
sorry, please kindly
Oh,
mute.
Rashunberry.
Please, if you join the meeting, just kindly mute. So now if I click on this download, I do have access to a downloaded version of the data, but which is what I can see here. And it's just so it's a CSV file separated by a semicolon, I believe. Yeah, so in order for me to make this make sense, I can just select everything here and go to data, text to column. Okay, you can select range. Interesting. So this data wasn't actually exported correctly. I'll go back, go to advanced options, and let me see. Let me see. I think is many questions as single separated. Okay, I don't think it does have the delimiter part, but this is fine. But this is the data you always have every time you you click on your downloaded submission. So currently I have 14 submissions, as you can see here. And let's say I want to have like a live data every time there's a new submission. So I have 14 submissions. Sorry, let me admit some people. So in order for me to get like a live record of this, my exported file, I need to do two things. First of all, I need to access my application programming interface, and the way to do that is basically you are just going to use this URL. So it will be, first of all, your kobocollect platform URL, which is the first part. Then API, then version 2, then assets /assets / the form ID. Then exports -setting, then sorry, hold on. Then the format. So I think it's if I get it correctly, it's a question mark, then format equals CSV. Sorry, let me admit some people. So basically, this is what you are going to use as your URL. Then if you now go to your settings, your account settings here, what we want to see is okay, I think okay, security, I think. If you go to security, if you go to your account settings, go to security, you also need access to this API key. Now, this is a private key meant for you. You're not supposed to share it with anyone. So, which is why you can see it is displayed as ... So make sure if anytime you want to use it, you just you can click here just to copy your API key, but this API key is not to be shown to anybody but yourself. And you are good to go. So I'm going to shoot up my Power BI desktop, and we are going to test this by trying to fill in new forms, and let's see what's going to happen. So my Power BI is coming up. Okay, so I have my Power BI desktop here. It's asking me to download and update. And so just go to, as usual, blank report. Can go to get data from web. And so for this, my form ID. Oh, Mr. Additional, do you want to say something? Your hands are raised. You raise your hand, Mr. Additional, do you want to say something?
Yes, I actually want to say something. The Power BI you opened, was it through the Kobo this year, or you just opened the Power BI?
Yeah, your Power BI desktop now.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, so basically this URL is this particular URL you are going to paste here, which is so Fali, that you raised up your hands. Do you want to ask any questions?
Yes, good morning, sir. I guess it's from my end. I don't know. I couldn't see what you are sharing. Oh, I can see now. It has come up now. Thank you.
So basically, this is just the URL you are going to use. So this URL API version 2 asset. So I'm going to copy this first. I'm going to go to my web and paste it. Then the next thing is the form ID / form ID. So I'll go to my form. There's my form. Okay, this, go to deploy, go to internship. So this is my form ID here. After forms, so this is the form ID here. I'm going to copy it, paste it. Then I'm going to say export hyphen settings, then / I think, I don't know if I'm correct, but I'm curious to see what the errors it's going to give me. Now, after you've done this, you go to advanced, then under HTTP request header parameter, there's a particular entry, you just enter authorization. Then the value you're going to enter is token with a capital letter, then that API key. Now, for all intended purpose, I don't intend to expose my API key here. I'll just drag it somewhere where you guys cannot see and where the recording is not visible to you all. Go to account setting, go to my security. I'm going to display this and just copy it. So so I have displayed and copied, and I'm going to paste this token here. So you give a space, then you after the token, you just give a space, then you paste your API key, which I'm going to do. For this intended purpose, I'm not going to expose it. Then I'll just click on OK. So now that I've clicked on OK, so what's happening? Interesting. So it's telling me not found. I wonder why. What am I missing? Huh. Hold on. Let me see. I think I'm missing something. Let's go to basic, go to, let me see the URL I copied again. Oh, so I don't think I needed to, okay, sorry, many apologies. Let me go back to my, let me go back to my, my profile. Okay. I'm gonna copy this. I think this is it, right? Yeah, this is it. So I'll just say API strength version 2 show assets. Then just remove this and let's see what's going to happen. Yeah. So this is your application, your interface. Okay. Your API interface. I think I'm missing out on something. I really cannot tell what it is. But for all intended purpose, I think I'm going to do this and do this. Let me see the error. Okay, no, I'm getting an error. Okay, so okay, just give me a moment. I want to see. Okay, this is my, okay, so Sorry, let me test run this and see what it's going to give me. Hello. For some reason, it's not available. Something is wrong with the URL. Okay, sorry. So this is basically all my data, the data that has been collected. I'm just trying to check for the URL. Oh, I think I'm supposed to say export the settings. Okay. I must have gotten this wrong. It took me a while to get this stuff. Aha, this is what I was looking for. So export the settings. Okay. Okay, so the name of the CSV, I'll just put data.csv. So I'm just going to say data.csv, and the same advanced authorization, including your token, you do that. Click on OK, and let's see what's going to happen. Copy this instead. At this point in time, if I get an, oh yeah, so I don't get an error. So what I can then do is just to, let me load. So I'm going to display a, what happened? Okay, I think I should go to transform. Okay, so what happened? I was curious what's happening. Okay, so I think we're all good. I uploaded this before, so most likely, what's happening? Okay, so maybe I'll just change it to data. Let me do refresh all. Let me see what's happening. Okay. The semicolon, but this. Just doing some troubleshooting. I really don't know what the issue is. Let me close this. I think I must have I created a blank file of this before. Let me check what I did if you guys don't mind. Oh, unfortunately, I did not. I'm applying something that doesn't exist somewhere for some reason. So you guys should just hold on. Give me like a minute or two. I think I'm doing some. Sorry. Give me just give me a minute or two. Let me see. Sorry. Hold on, give me a minute, please.
There's an argument for Lagos. Can we say after the protest for
Frankly, I really don't know what's happening. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think it's because can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
So I did the
Yes, we
same
can
thing.
hear you.
I think it's the error was coming because I loaded a different data before, and
Yes.
which is why. And so, anyways, this is just the data. Exactly what I did. I was trying to figure out what was the problem. So I can create a card, and let's see. Now let me use something I know is use. Okay, I'll use UID as a field, and I'm going to do a count. So currently we have 14 submissions, right? So I can just say total submissions. So right now, if you have access to that particular form, fill it again. I will just give 5 minutes for that. Can you guys do that? Let me even see if it has something that has to do with your UID. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, so submitted by, I'm even going to take a submitted by, let me see, where's my S? Okay, so submitted by, so I'll just create, does any of you guys here don't have access to this particular form? Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Sir, please, which form is that? The REA project internship.
Yeah, that particular form.
Okay. So we should fill it again. I thought you
Yeah,
had like 75.
Sorry? What was the question?
Even if we have access to it, it's only our own.
If you
I said it's
have
not
access
this
to, not for
one.
everybody.
The one we okay. The other I thought last time we had like 45 entries. Why is
No,
this
we
14
don't.
now?
I don't think we
It's not the
have
one we have
45.
access to.
We don't have 45 entries. I think we do have 14 entries alone. I don't even think we have that number of entries. So the name of the project is REA Project Internship. As you can see, it's 48 questions, but only 14 entries. If you don't have access to this particular you send your username and I'll give you access to the form. Or better still, I think I can send you guys, let's see, I can share this. Let me go to settings. Let me see this. I'll get a link. Hold on. Anyone can view submission note, just fill the form. So I'll send you a link now that you can use to fill this particular form. I'm sending it here on the chat. So just fill in the form. It's online. This one is online. But if you have access to the mobile version, it's fine. Just quickly fill it. It's a lot, but I think I'll just give us 5 minutes. You don't need to fill everything. Let me see the preview of the form itself. So I don't think a lot is compulsory per se. Yeah, I don't think there's no compulsory. There's nothing compulsory here. Oh, except the geolocation. So I'll give us 5 minutes. Just fill it.
Okay. Please, where can I find this form?
I just sent it to the chat now.
Okay.
Yeah. You can enter any geolocation, please.
All right.
Any geolocation is fine. You can type anything there. So I'll just give us 5 minutes then. If you are done submitting, just identify that you've submitted.
Do I need to download it?
You don't need to download. I think it's online. Just fill it.
It's just showing me form. I'm not seeing anything. 48 questions. That's not 5 questions. I'm not seeing the questions. Said editing capability is not. I can only preview.
Yes, and there is no provision to fill in our data. It's only
okay. So
okay, just
maybe
hold on.
I need to log in.
No, hold on. Just hold on. Let me give this person access, then I'll get back to you. Edit. Oh. So
Okay.
Suleiman, I've added you. This is your username here. Yeah, Emerald, you're here now. Look at you here. You already have access to it. So just
Do I need to be added?
if you have, if I don't know, did you said you were not there? Just send me your username. Uchechi, what's your username? I think you're already here. Oh, Memunat has submitted. Just for confirmation, let's go to summary and see. So we have a new entry here, right? As you can see, justice. I'll add you. Again, for all intended purpose, this is just for this is just to show us how we can get live data. Justice, your Adejo Ibrahim, that's no, I don't think that's your username. If you open the kobocollect, is that your username? That's serious. That cannot be your username. But we do have one new submission, which is what we can see here, 10th of December. Now, if I go to my Power BI, what I just need to do is to refresh. Oh, so I have two new submissions from, I don't know who did it. Okay. They didn't enter. Okay, I think this is because I opened it for everybody to submit. So, but you can see that I have two new submissions there. Why am I just copying? See, let's see this. I think you should log on to the kobocollect, Mr. Adejo. Oh, it's your username. Mr. Abdullahi, your username is not, something is wrong with your username. So, but this is just to show us how to connect directly to like a visualization tool. Let me see if there's any new submission. Okay, just 16. So from 14 now, we can see that we have like 16. So we have two new entries. I wanted to show you that before we continue. So the next would be building our SLS form, then taking it to the online platform for conversion, then viewing it. So I think we started building a particular form, which is a test. The name of the form is test. Yeah, so this. So the other time we had a problem of integer, and the problem we had was we could enter -1, and it's a very huge problem. So in order to solve that particular problem, there's a particular field called constraint. And so the constraint, you can just put a particular constraint. What don't you want it to be more than, or what I don't want it to be less than 0, for instance. So I can just say greater than 1, so but with a dot, and you can add a constraint message, but that will be for another day. If you guys watch the previous video, so if I want to make, say for instance, I want to make your name a requirement, like you must fill in your name, and if you don't fill in your name, you cannot submit the form. I will just add a new column called required, and under required, under that particular place, I want to make compulsory. I'll just say yes. So what that does is I'm going to connect my phone so you guys can see what the form is now, and what the form is if I upload this new one. So let me just connect to I'm going to join with my phone. I'll share my screen so you guys can see. Confirm if you can see my screen, my phone screen. So if I go to my form currently, where is it? Sorry. Okay, I think it's this. So if I go to start form, I have my form here, and the same thing here. First, enter my name, date of birth, age, male or female. Now currently I can actually say -1 and it will be fine. Oh, I think I've corrected. Let me just I corrected this, and I just added a constraint, which you can see here. I put -1 and say there's a constraint message must be at least 1 year old. So it means that it's not going to allow me fill in anything if I don't put 1. So even if I put 0, it's going to show me an error, and that's because I set a constraint there. Yeah, 1. So greater than 1, sorry, to be 2. So I think I should say greater or equal to 1. Yeah. So this is currently what I have. Now, if I mind you, nothing is a requirement for me here right now that I must fill before I finalize my form. Once I'm going to finalize, save. Now I'm making this particular changes now on my form. I am going to, I've saved my SLS form. I'm now going to go to my the web platform, which is the kobocollect. This is my project. Go to data, forms, and go to this reverse icon button that you are seeing, like this return icon you are seeing. Go to replace form, upload SLS form, and click to browse. Go to the test form, and I think, yeah, so always put the language, which is English. It doesn't really matter, but I think I've just grown accustomed to putting English as the default language. You don't necessarily need to set a default language, but yeah, you should, if you, just as a precautionary measure. So I'm going to share my mobile application. Now that I know that I've downloaded, I've gotten a new form. I'll just go to download and it's going to refresh. It's connecting to whatever server I'm connected to now. So you can see I have a new update. This is an update to a form you have. So I'm just going to click on this, and which is the form I want because I've made some updates. I'll click on get. Okay, go to start. Now I'm going to go to the form. So can you see the asterisk there now? So usually asterisk in form means that it's compulsory. Now I can't do anything if I can't click on next if I don't fill in something. So I have to fill in something before I'll go to the next part. I don't know if you get. So the reason why that is possible is because of this required. Yes. So in case you want, sorry, let me share my PC screen. So in case you want somebody to say, okay, no, they must fill in this particular field before they move on, you have put requirements, yes. And you can also put a message for the requirement. So you say required underscore message. So it has a default message, which was what you saw there. But you can say you can enter your own message. You must enter your name, or you just say name is compulsory. So now when I do this, I want to add something. There's also a column called hint. What this hint does is you can give a hint to what the fields you actually want to fill. So for instance, I want to enter my name, but I want it to be in a specific format. I'll say enter first name, then last name. So this will just give the person who is filling the form a hint that, oh, this is what they want from me. So I'm going to save it, go back to the online version of my form, which is the ODK form, go to replace form, upload SLS form, click to browse. Again, I'm not going to enter the language. I'll just redeploy. If there's an error, it's going to show you an error before it deploys. Now I'm just going to go back to my phone. Let me discard this. I'll go back to my phone, share my screen so you guys can see what's happening here. Okay, so I'll go to my application, which is my ODK application that I downloaded, which is this. Click on it, go to download form because I've done a new update, and you are going to see the prompt there. So you can see that it's telling me that this is an update to a form you have downloaded. Now, if I just click on it and get form, let me go back to download form. You will not see that update again. Sorry, excuse me. Just so you know, you are not going to see that prompt, the update again. I don't know why my phone is lagging. I think it's phone network. So you're not going to see that update again, which is here. I'll go back to start new form, click on it, go to the form I just downloaded. Now you can see under the enter your name, you can see a hint here, enter first name, then last name, which is what we did in the hint. Then let's say I don't want to fill anything, I just want to move. Can you see it's telling me that my name is compulsory? So it means I have to enter something, then move on to the next, like that. My age, if I enter 0, it's going to tell me it must be at least 1. If I enter 1, because I changed it to greater than or equal to, so which is why it's accepting it, then male, female, then move on. So part of the reason is because I have entered, I've changed some of my survey parameters that I have here. And so I have a hint which shows us, like it gave us a hint on what the person who is doing that survey requires from the person who is filling it. So the required message, name is compulsory, is what you saw there. The constraint message, which is must be at least one, which is what you saw there on the prompt when it gave you an error. Amina, good morning. You raise up your hand. How are you? You raise up your hands, Amina. Do you want to say something?
Say something. Good afternoon. Your screen has been I just recently
Amina, I can't hear you clearly. Is it me? I
said
think
that
you have
your
a
screen
network
has
problem.
been blank all through. Hello? Hello?
Please. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I think it's Amina's network. We've been seeing fine
I
from
said
this end.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good
Okay,
afternoon.
madam. I
Speak.
will just download it.
I mean, I think you have network issues. Yeah, speak up, please. Heather, your mute is you have unmuted your mic. Speak up.
Sorry, it was a mistake.
Oh, no problem. So, I just wanted to show us that the other thing I would want to do is for selecting multiple choice. Let's say you want to select multi-choice. I can add a select. So there's select one, which will give you a radio button. You can either select one or the other. You say select underscore, then you say multiple. Then you give a name to it. So let's just say let's say gadget. So gadgets. So we'll say the name is gadget, and you say select type of gadget. Select the types, or select gadget, or let's say the gadget you currently have, for instance. So in this multi-choice, I can then go to, because this is now I want to select, is the same, is somewhat the same thing as select one, which is either select one or the other. So it's either true or false, but this one you can select multiple. So on my choice, under the list name, I will just always give a space between let's say this belongs to our agenda, just give a space. So I'll put the name of the type, which is gadgets. I'm just going to put it here. I'll say gadgets. I think it's, how do I spell it? Gadgets. And I'll now say, let's say P for phone. Let me put capital letter. Let's say a PC. Let's say personal computer. What else? We have like a tablet. What else? What other gadgets do people have? Okay, let's say desktop. Yeah, I think so. A desktop. And you can put a name for it. So I'm just going to say Control E. and I'll just say PC here, and yeah, then click and drag and save. Now, once I'm done, right, I am going to upload this and we are going to test it again. So it's a very, very funny let me see, deploy. Okay, so it's telling me now I have a problem. The list name not in choices. Ooh, gadget. So I think I spelled my gadget wrongly. Oh, it's gadget. I did. So what I'm just going to do, I think they spell gadget like this, gadgets. So this gadget was gadget, and I said gadgets here. So I'm going to save it again. With time, by the time you get used to building forms, you'll be able to recognize errors and solve that particular problem. It just it just needs getting used to. I can actually preview my form if I want here without having to go to the mobile version. So you can see this is just what this does. I think there's also in case maybe I don't have maybe what I have is not here. I think there is the or orders. I think I'm not sure, but let me so you can see or orders in the event whatever are my choices here are not available. I think there's the or orders. I've saved it. I'm going to upload my XLS form again. Let's see the error. Sometimes it's going to give you error before loading. Sometimes it's going to give you error before deploying. Okay, so you see unknown question type, select multiple or others. So I think I was the one that made that mistake, but let me go and check the SLS forms. Please, you guys should go through this form. It's a complete documentation. Control F, let me see, or I think it's order. Aha. Oh, so it's order, not orders. Apologies. So save it, go back to my form, go to replace form, and the boring thing about having to do this every time is having to upload it at every point in time and deploy. Okay, so I can go to my view preview, go to the form preview, it's loading. So I can click on orders and specify what orders is. I think this is recently built. Before it doesn't have this. Before, I think you have to build this inside orders. This is interesting, really. And I think, I don't know, I'm going to try it in the select one too as well. Let me see. Sorry, my throat is a little bit dry. Or order. I don't know if it will work. I'm just testing it. I know it works for multiple, but I don't know if it is going to work for true or false. Somebody has unmuted. Do you want to say something? Oh, it didn't give me error. I'm always shocked if stuff doesn't give me error. I'm always shocked if things don't give me error. Okay, so I have orders here too. As well, if I click on orders, it's going to say specify. So you can say, I don't know which other gender is there. so it does work. Cool. Interesting. I think they just recently added this. It doesn't used to be there before. Like before, you have to literally hard code it inside the XLS form, but I'm not going to show you the old ways. Frankly, I didn't really like it back then. So you can add, I can add picture geolocation. So sorry. So I can say geo, I think is it geo tag? Forgotten what the geo is. Geo, okay, so it's geo point. So to just ask for your geolocation, you just see location as a name. So you say take geo coordinate of this place. Geo coordinates of your location, or say your current location rather. So then you can say take image as well. So all you just need to do is the type will be image, and you just say img take picture of location. So of course, if you want it to be compulsory, all you just need to do is say yes, and it will make it compulsory. I've saved it. Always save, please. Always save. When anytime you make any new changes, always save. It's really important you do, otherwise you're not going to see anything. I seriously used to be shocked anytime this thing works correctly. Okay. So you can see the geolocation has appeared, and you can see my taking of picture. So I'll show you what it looks like. Let me share my my phone. Let me go back. Excuse me. So this is my phone. I'm going to discard this form, this old form. Go to download form. It's connecting to server. So you can see the update here. This is an update to a form you have. So I'll just click on it. Get selected, saying download success, all downloads successful. Go to start, go to my form. So I've made this compulsory. Next, enter a date. Just enter any date. Click on next. Enter age. Let's say I am 90. Enter. So male, female orders. I can type my. I think there's the orders here. Yeah, select orders. So I'll just say XX. Go to orders. I'll just say YY. So you can see my geolocation, right? The geo tag here. I can take geolocation, and this is what it looks like. So it's going to ask me to enable my GPS, which I think I should do. I'll just on my GPS get point. So usually you have to wait until point will be saved at 5 meters. So 5 meters to your location, to where exactly you are. And I think back then they used to say we should stay outside so that the satellite can pinpoint where we are. And you don't have to be online for the satellite to pinpoint where you are. Okay, so this 26 meter 18. So it becomes accurate, more accurate when it's like 5 meter, which is like the standard. And you can set this range if you want. So you can see, sorry, excuse me. So it's giving me update about the number of satellite that is actually picking my point. And like I said, you don't have to be online. It will do this even if you're offline. But they usually will say it's best you are outside. Again, for this intended purpose, I'm just going to save the geolocation. You can see the accuracy is telling me the accuracy is 8.1. It has to be like 5 meters or less. So I made the take picture of location compulsory, and once I You can either choose image or you take picture. So I'm just going to take picture of, let me see. Yeah. So I think I'll just take this like this. And okay, then move on. Then you can finalize and you are good. Then you, when you are done, you are ready to send, you just go to your send, you just click on your data and you just send. Once I do that, it sends the form and I get an update here. Yeah, so basically that is it. I think I've sent a data before, I'm not sure. So I think if I go to gallery, I should see images. Okay, I think I need to, yeah, I should see images.
So you're sharing your mobile.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. Sorry, let me share. Okay, so sorry about that. So look at my table. I just got I think 2 new entries. I had one before, I filled it, I just did the other one. Let's see. So let's see report. So you get some basic report here and you can customize your report if you want. And although this is a free version, I think the paid version has more in-depth analytics that you can actually get. Let me see. Okay, didn't receive any geo points, which is interesting. But I think it's supposed to. I don't know why I did not record it. Most likely, maybe because it wasn't accurate. Well, basically, I've actually taken my my data and I've sent it to cloud. What else? Okay, so let's say I want to make let me see. I think I have something. Yeah. So I want to make it in such a way that I'm going to add so I will say select one and I'll say child, for instance, and I can just say child and put a dot and I'll say do you have a child? Do you have a child? So basically this will just be yes, no, right? So do you have a child? So it will just be yes, no. So I'll go to the choices and put child as the list name and say yes. So yes, I'll just say no. I'll just do this, Control E and do Control D. Save. Now, do you have a child? Yes, no. I would upload it so that you guys will see what that does. I'm going to deploy. I am going to go to preview. So I have, do you have a child? Yes, no. Now I want it to do something if I say yes. I want it to do something. Maybe the next question I'll ask is, how old is your child? I can then say, now because I want to enter age, of course, is what integer, right? So it will be integer. I'll just say age. I can just say child.age as the name. You can name it anything, no, but just don't give space, maybe underscore and stuff. I say enter um, child's age, something like that. Age. Then under my so I can do two things. I can make this child age appear and make it a requirement. So I can say where I think it's $ child. Yep. So I think it's where child equal yes. And I'll just put this. So where this child, that's this child, the type name, which is child, in the choice is here. So where this is equal to yes, I think it's yes or y. I can't remember, but let's test it and see. I'm going to replace my form. It should, I'm expecting to see an error. I always expect to see an error. It's when I don't see an error, I'm usually shocked. Aha. So it's saying that there has been a problem trying to replace child with the expert. This with the expert to the survey element name child. There's no survey element with this name. Okay, good. Let me see. If you don't mind, I want to open something I've done before and see what I got wrong. Hold on. Nah, this is not a very good example. Sorry. Okay, yeah, I think this is a good example. No, this is not a good example. Yeah, this is not a good example. Let me go to the XLS forms and see. Okay, I think I would use, I'm trying to test something, child dot, I'm here. I'm curious. Let me just see this. I'm still expecting an error. Although this error I was expecting was a different kind of error, not. Oh, it worked. That's interesting. Okay, so you can see, do you have a child, right? If I so want, I can say no and move on. But if I say yes, it becomes compulsory to enter the child's name. Or let's see, let me just put 67. I'll just do this. I'll just do this like this. I'll say yes, but I'll not put anything. I'll just put some geolocation. It doesn't have to be anything. Okay, so I think I should put positive. I'll take a picture. I think I have some picture here. Yeah, and I'll validate. Oh, it's saying form is valid. Now it is supposed to show me an error, but I think the reason why is because I'm supposed to say where child is y, not yes, which is supposed to be where it's equal to the name. And I'm going to save it out. I'm going to redeploy again and see. Why? Okay, I think it's here, 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 here. I usually am shocked if it doesn't give me an error. I usually am very shocked. Okay, so so you can see if I say no, it doesn't give me that asterisk, but if I say yes, it does give me the asterisk. So I think I got it wrong in the first place. And so now if I did not enter anything, I just select, if we say you have a child and I didn't put anything there, if I want to, let me see, this is this, altitude is this, accuracy is this. Let me enter something. I click on validate. It's going to give me an error. And the error is because I did not fill, when I said yes, I did not fill this. So if I enter something now and click on validate, you can see saying the form is valid. So this is how you can actually do some kind of dependency in terms of requirement. And that is one way to go about it. The other way is I can only make it show if you say yes or no. And there's what they call, let me see. You can add it anywhere. It's called choice underscore filter. Now, I'm going to make this here. The same thing, if you say yes, just the same thing. I would basically, I'm going to replace the form. Now the difference between the first one and the second one I just did now is displaying to your face. The first one will display to your face. If it is no, it's not going to make it compulsory. If it is yes, it's going to make it compulsory. This one is not going to display to your face if you say no. So if I say no, okay, I don't think it's actually not supposed to display to your face. Let me see if I did that correctly. Oh, it's to 1 now. It's interesting. Oh, choice underscore filter. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the same thing. Filter. Let me just quickly check the SLS forms and type choice filter. Oh yeah, let's see. I have one. Okay. Oops. Sorry, please. I'm trying to find out what's happening. Oh, I don't have a lot of yes, no. Okay, so we generally recommend using relevance to satisfy your own other choice. Let me see this. Oh, so okay, to the ability to skip a question or make an additional question. Oh yeah, appear based on the response. So I'm supposed to put relevant, not choice underscore filter. So I'll just say relevant. Is it relevant or relevance? Oh, so relevant. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back to my forms.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
We can
Hello,
now.
for how long have you not been hearing me?
Not up to a minute, just skipped for a while.
So where did you stop hearing me?
The point you
Can
wanted
anybody?
to redeploy the form again after adding the relevance.
Oh, okay. So I just said relevant is actually a way to go. If I want to, so if I choose yes, I want to display this particular field. If I don't choose anything, it's not going to display it. That's what it means. So I chose choice filter instead of which I think I was wrong. I was very wrong. So by the time I go to my form now, if I click on no, I'm not going to see the age of the child. But if I click on yes, I will see it. So sometimes you don't want to see something if it is not important. If they didn't create a previous choice for it, you understand. So if it is just no, move on. So it's not going to be compulsory. It's not going to be required. You understand? Neither will the person see it in his face, because some data collectors, anything they see, they feel, and that you don't want. You want to be able to control narratives of data collection as much as you can, because by the time you give somebody choice, they tend to do anything and everything with it. So depending on what you actually want to do with your data, there's what you call, I said it last time, in data science you call it feature engineering. You make sure that feature engineering is in such a way that the output of what you want at the end of the day is only what you are going to see, and anything that is not relevant to the subject, you are not going to see it. So you do what they call feature engineering and make sure that anything that pops up as an entry field, it's only relevant only when the person choose a particular choice that is meant for that field to be displayed. So there are different ways you can. Otherwise, if I leave it the first in the first build that I did, which I just said required, and I just wrote a formula there. It only put an asterisk if this is an asterisk on this enter child's age, if it is compulsory. You understand? So it means if you say yes, it will just put an asterisk. It means you must fill this. Now, other than that, if you say yes, I don't want. If I say no, I don't, or I didn't choose anything. I don't even want to see that field. Basically, that's what I'm saying. So if I click on no, it means move on. But if I click on yes, then it's going to come up. Yeah, and let me try and share my phone and see. I think we'll be rounding up very soon. I didn't expect it to be this long. I got carried away. But before then, do you guys have any questions? Again, the reason why we are going back and forth is because we are trying to do a test. So in the grand scheme of things, if you want to deploy something like this, you do a lot of tests. It's not like you'll be testing with the data collector. You'll be testing with your stakeholders. You understand? Maybe one or two persons, so that they will see how the form is and stuff like that. So you will not be doing this with data collectors. So let me see. I'm going to fill this. Just do this. Let me just do this. This. So if I say yes, I think I'm supposed to make this thing one form that I can scroll. There's a way I should do that. So if I say no, it goes to take geo coordinate. But if I say yes, it goes to enter child's age. Let me see. I think there's a way I can set it to give me a scroll. I just want scroll. Let me just see. Okay. I think it's appearance. Hold on. Appearance. Oh, field list here. I'm not sure, but in your form, you can use the field to group a message. Yeah, so let me just add something to my form. Sorry.
So is your phone that is showing?
Yeah,
Not
I'm
even your
aware. This time around, I'm aware. So there's a particular I want on my mobile phone, I want everything to show in the same place. So there's a particular column I'm going to add, which is appearance. And where is it? So I can add it anywhere here. Appearance. So I'm going to put it on the grouping, and I'll just say field list, field dash list, I think, and save. And let me see. Yeah, field dash list and save. It's not going to be relevant here. It's only going to be relevant on my mobile application. I just wanted to display one scroll for every group. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. I would, sorry. So I'll download the form again. Okay, go to start form, go to this. Aha, so you guys can see what I'm typing, right? So you can see is everything here is now on one, it's a scroll for me now. So if I go to the child and I say yes, you can then see the enter child data. Otherwise, if I say no, you are not going to see it. I just wanted to set. So depending on how you want people to actually view your form, if I go to my my web version, I'm very sure I'm not going to see that. I will not have that particular problem. So if I go to preview, I don't think I will have that problem. I won't have that problem. So, but on my mobile application, that I'll have a problem with. And which is why I can set my appearance. I think there are different appearances. There's field list. The one I used in this particular form is a there's field list, which I put on the grouping. So it should show me everything on one scroll. Then there's also column path. You under appearance. I think there's like it. There's so many stuff. Pretty interesting. They've added new types. So like this like it, I used it for rating. So I think there's even rating now. You can do rating 1 to 5. Let me check. They added new fields. It's been a while I worked on the SLS forms, but I think if I go here and I can just search for rating, they've added rating. Yeah, so you can include rating here. Let me see where they use rating. So you can, very interesting stuff. So appearance rating to come out as like a rating 1 to 5. Maybe we should implement this and see. So that you guys can see what it does. Should I, or let's just, we shouldn't worry about it in the next session. So please, this documentation, it's a very long documentation, but once you're able to implement it, everything is inside here. Everything. Very interesting stuff. So like I said, I really don't like using the form builder, editing form builder, because it confuses me. But anybody who is good at UI can practice. I really don't know how to use this. So the form builder, that's how it is in the front end, building the form. This is how it looks like. Basically, So this is just how it looks like. Then the yes, no, this is how it looks like. So I think it just shows, I really don't know how it works, really. Elizabeth, you want to say something?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good
For
afternoon.
me, this XLS is a long process. I prefer this form builder. That's what I used to build my own form.
Yeah, again, I'm not going to argue with it. I really am not going to argue with it. In fact, I'm not even against it. I really am not against it. It's just, I don't like anything that has to do with front end, UI, UX. It's not my preference. I have more, for me, I can control a lot trying to build everything back end. So let me show you guys something. Let me just show you. This is off topic, but let me show you something that I'm building. And pox. Okay, yeah, I think is it running? It might be. Oh, it's not running. Okay, it is not running. But let me show you guys something. Mpox dot logistics. No, mpox dot no fee. Dot org dot ng. So this is an API I built, or I'm currently building for an endpoint that I'm currently building for a particular organization. Redoc, I think. Okay, so it is create this. Okay, docs. So, very interesting stuff. So the API you are seeing here is the same thing here. Let me see. Yeah, so this API, this particular API is basically what I'm actually building here. So if I go to, you would see what I mean if I go to create dash space. So I was just trying to make a case that, so this is basically, so you can see this same thing that's in kobocollect is the same thing that is here. I preferably, and this is what I used to build it. I don't like anything that has to do with front end, frankly. Any front end stuff, I'm not against it, but I just don't. It doesn't work well with my brain. So this is basically what I used to build it. At a Python-based framework that I'm using to build what you are seeing here. And so it's a little bit interactive. You can actually make interactions with it, and we're trying to do something on monkeypox. It's a free project that I'm doing for an organization that want to really track it in this country. It's just to build my own portfolio, and in the part of so this in the part of development, web development, but this part of web development is what you call backend. So I'm a backend person. I'm not. I wish I was that smart, but I don't think I am. So yeah. Any questions? Okay, somebody identified themselves as group 7. Gabriel, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
What's happening? You came late.
No, I've been here from the beginning, sir.
Well,
I
that's
think I
interesting.
joined.
Do you have
Not already. I don't have any issue. No, sir.
Do you
I'm
guys have
okay.
any questions so far? So a recap of what we've done. We've actually and the first part of the conversation was how to connect your your form submission to to get like a realistic, a real-time data of it. I don't know if any of you guys have filled after that, but let me refresh and see. Oh, 19. So we have 19 more. We have three additional submissions, although from unanimous, although I was supposed to actually track that. But you can see by me refreshing, it just gives me the latest submission, and that is because the good thing with kobocollect is that the created endpoints, or what you call application programming interface, that you can actually interact with this data live. As soon as there's any new entry, you are seeing data. So it's the same thing with what you're actually seeing here. If they do any new entry, you're actually going to see it somewhere around here. So it basically comes in like this, but this is like a fancy it's a fancy endpoint or API, something. It's like the fancier version of this stuff. And we also added to this our form. We talked about parameters, although I didn't do anything there. What required means, it means if you want to make a field compulsory, what the required message, again, I'm going to do this here, insert code, because after required message, we did constraint based on the fact that I didn't want my age to be less than 1. So less than 1 will be 0 or negative. We also change the appearance of our mobile ODK form. What else did we do? We created a dependency, a view dependency. So if something is yes, show another field, otherwise don't show another field, which has to do with the relevant column. We also created a hint to give us more insight on what this entry is. What is the requirement? Is it first name, last name, or last name, first name? But we want first name, last name, and you can actually enforce it if you want. If it is required, if the person must fill it, yes. Required message, it will be if the person didn't fill it, was like the error message the person will get. Name is compulsory, so you need to fill it. So maybe in the next, which is on Saturday, we're actually going to continue on it. I would advise us to think about a form we want to build, and so we can bring it to the session and build it. So you guys should go and think about forms that you might want to build, a realistic, something that is close to realistic this thing. If you have a project you want us to build for maybe organization, so just bring it, we'll do it, deploy it for free. I mean, I can hear, your hands are up, can see you. Do you want to say something?
Yes, my network has been unstable throughout the session. Please, can you I want to share my new username so I'll be able to access download the what's it called? The link for the
Please
Kobo
share. You can send it to me. Just send it to me.
Okay.
So somebody I'm at work and can't really talk, but I have a question. How do you balance controlling data, collecting feature, and influencing feedback? So the place you want to influence feedback, you can create a comment section for it, or you can create something that we did, which is orders, right, to get feedback. But if there's anything I've learned in data collection is if you give room for entry, people are going to abuse it. Elizabeth, are you here? I'm very sure you collect data a lot. I don't know. You can confirm this, or make your statement on it. But if you give room for people to manually enter, somebody should even enter his name self. They will abuse it. So, Elizabeth, maybe you can comment on this. But somebody was asking a question.
That's why I said I think that's where constraints comes in, like what you did. that you said if it is yes, say add this. If it is a no, you don't need to add anything. So just to balance the equation.
Yeah. So my experience really, because I did so I don't know if anybody knows about who works in the NGO sector. Okay, so doesn't look like, I don't know. I think there are some people. Bashar, I think you do work there, or Mutala. Can't remember. Yeah. So no, there's no attendance. This is optional. I wanted to do the tutorials anyway, but I didn't want to do it as if I was talking to myself and there wouldn't be any questions. I wanted people to have a no, there's no attendance. This one is at your leisure. Because what I'm going, I don't want to wait till Saturday before I do any tutorials. I want to let Saturday be useful for questions and comments also. Then you can add to it. So the project I worked on was on wild polio virus, and the project we did contributed to Nigeria being certified as a wild polio virus free in August 2020. So we did a lot of immunization activities and collecting data in high-risk places. And our collaboratory effort is together with security people. And unfortunately, security people are one of the best people to work with. However, even them have problem with validation, data validation. You have to be singing. We do training every time we want to collect data. We collect data almost every month, and we spend a lot of money collecting this data. And you don't want a situation where you'll be spending money to collect data and somebody will not collect it well. So you need to actually, by the time maybe the first, you always most likely come out with a new version of your form every time you want to collect that data, because you notice that people are actually not putting the data the way you want it. And they so fortunately enough, they have valid reason for it, and you need to also consider their reason. So by the time you keep engaging with them and keep doing what they call data validation, you should be able to get at the end of the day, maybe your version 10 or that particular form will become a superior version compared to your version 1. But it comes with experience and a lot of feedback from the field and how they react to that particular form, which is why you actually need to evaluate your form before you actually do deployment. I used to see a lot of form, people just post form online. It is extremely wrong to actually do that. You don't collect, like people who collect forms based on survey online, people can fill anything and you now use it to make certain decisions. That is extremely wrong, like very wrong. They are supposed to ban it, because some people will use it to make certain decisions that are not correct, all in the name of the collected data online. The data collection process, for you to perfect it, automate it in such a way that you can make decisions, it takes years of validation. Again, what do I know? Before we go, any comments? Stop recording now. Any comments? Does anyone have anything to say?